What's up, Internet? This is Rambling Josh, and welcome to another episode of The Week in Gaming. As you may have noticed, I didn't actually do one of these last week. That's my bad. I was kind of busy spending all Friday and all weekend watching the Blizzcon stream. So obviously I wasn't actually there, but I ordered the live stream over DirecTV. So I spent a lot of time watching everything going on over there, over in Anaheim. I was a little disappointed that there weren't any really big announcements at this year's BlizzCon. I mean, the next Diablo class and Diablo PvP and custom maps for StarCraft, those are all cool, but they're not big announcements as much as Blizzard wants to hype them up. But that's not really what BlizzCon is about. I don't want to talk too much about BlizzCon because I put a post up on my website already about it. Um, so I'm just going to move on to what I've actually been playing. Obviously, more World of Warcraft. I haven't actually been playing it all that much lately. Last couple weeks, it's pretty much just been raiding. We've managed to get down. What did we kill? Heroic Sourfang, Heroic Blood Princes, and Heroic Blood Queen Lanethel. So we're up to what? 8 out of 12 Heroic now. I actually really enjoyed Blood Princes. I was tanking Valinar. Is that the name of the shadow guy? Yeah, anyways. I was tanking him on my paladin, and the whole grabbing everything, grabbing all the shadow orbs, keeping aggro but not moving a whole lot. It was actually really fun the way it combined with the new paladin mechanics from 4.0.1. I really enjoyed that. Anyways, that's all I've done in Warcraft. But I've actually been spending a lot of time lately just messing around with a few free MMOs that I downloaded. It's just something I do every now and then. I just kind of look around, grab some stuff, and mess about with it for a few days. The first one I tried out was a game called Soulmaster. It's a pretty interesting game, actually. It's like a mix between third-person RTS, which is odd enough on its own, but it's a mix between that and action RPG. So like you control this character and you have and you control these minions and you want to kind of kill the other guy's minions and the other guy and his buildings and everything. And you got to build your own buildings so you can create your minions and upgrade your minions, and there's these strategic points on the map where if you take that point you can produce your minions faster. Neither the RTS or the action parts are super good, but the way they kind of mesh together, it makes for some pretty interesting gameplay. I know it's not the first third-person RTS or the first RTS action RPG mix ever, but it's the first one I played. I don't think I'm really going to play a whole lot more of it just because I don't know, it just didn't really catch me, but it's really interesting gameplay. The second game been playing is Vindictus, which is kind of a more adult-oriented action RPG. I say adult-oriented mostly because there's like tons of like blood splashing and stuff. It's actually really good for a free MMO. The graphics are quite good, and if this was a single player game I would probably buy it. I say that because the MMO aspects of it are kind of iffy. I mean, the combat is surprisingly deep once you actually get into it a bit, especially considering you only really use the left and rice. Yes, especially because you only use rice. The left and right mouse buttons. but the actual, doing the quests and stuff like that, and the interface for your inventory and your quests and your skills and stuff, that's all kind of rocky. It doesn't work quite as well as I would like. But it's a fun game. If you're looking for something to play, I would definitely recommend trying it out. It can get pretty repetitive if you're obsessive about finishing the quests, because some of the missions you have to do again and again and again to find just to find that one item you need. But I think there's definitely a lot of potential in it. I think actually, come to think of it, I think they actually just released a new class 2 days ago. Might have to try that out. Anyways, the final two games I've been playing, they're both games by a company based out of China called TQ Digital. And the games are Conquer Online, and I'm not sure how you actually pronounce the second one. It's Eudemons or Eudemons or something. I usually just call it Eudemons. It's less syllables. I have a really weird relationship with these games. I played Conquer Online for over a year, and then I played Eudemons for like a month and a half. I actually beta tested Eudemons, and then I played for a while after they wiped the characters, and I launched the open beta, which I don't know if it ever actually technically ended. But I quit Conquer and I quit Eudemons because they're just not that great games. Like, they have pretty much no end game. It's pretty much nothing but grinding and improving your character's level, and there's really no goal there other than getting stronger. Really, TQ is just not a very good game company. In my opinion, they're very bad at what they do. So why do I play these games? Well, I don't know. They're games that I know, and they can be fun to just mess around with for a few days. So every now and then I like to go back, and they're free games. They're not that big, so it just really easy to just download and throw in my old account data and just poke around and see what's changed. Actually, an interesting note on that. It's actually pretty interesting because for Conquer Online, I actually used to be a moderator on their official forums. Oh, excuse me. And my biggest project was I took it upon myself to kind of revamp the suggestions forums. I kind of made that my baby, and as far as I know, the last time I checked, the suggestions forums were still using the system that I implemented, and the rules that and the guidelines that I came up with for that forum are still in place. Basically, it was just designed to kind of streamline the process and forward the best suggestions to the GMs, so they will actually hopefully look at them. But the point to this whole story is that it's been, 5, maybe 6 years since I quit the game. I quit that forum. It's really interesting to look at some of the things that they've been adding to these games over the past few years, because dozens of the suggestions that I personally forwarded to the GMs have been implemented now. Some of them that are even suggestions that I came up with, that I helped flesh out, that I kind of conceptualized. It's pretty interesting stuff. Maybe it has nothing to do with me, but it's pretty neat to think that, I played a hand in making this game what it is. Like, it's still not that good a game, but it's definitely getting a lot better. New things kind of bring about new problems as well. But it's still not a game I would want to play full time. Definitely not. But it's really interesting to think, there's a good chance that a lot of these things that have happened are thanks to me. Thanks in part. I mean, whatever. Anyways, I've probably rambled on long enough about this stuff. I could probably rant for hours about TQ Digital and Conquer Online. I don't know. Maybe I will someday, but that's about all I want to say for now. This is probably way too long already, but the name's Rambling Josh for a reason. So I'll catch you next week on The Week in Gaming.